just only have so many devices to hook up. Yes, I'll be. I don't see it.
Despite this crowded plastic echo chamber, mumbling along till half light. Slide the fader up and down. We love and hate the feedback loop and drink it up that come.
Hey, that was a good open over there, Omkar. My main man, producer O, has been working hard on some intros for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed that one today. And with us in the open, we have beautiful Shana. We've been missing you so bad, sweetheart, and I haven't seen you in a long time. You've been traveling all around and doing a bunch of different real estate related things, and we'll talk about that in just a minute here. But I kind of felt in the open that I owed some people an update. There's been a lot of chatter and a lot of people worried and wondering on what's going to happen with my underwear situation. It's just been like this huge groundswell of people wanting to find out, is this true? Is this fake news? And what's the current status? So to give you guys an update, yes, I reached in the drawer this morning and I have 0 underwear left in the drawer at home. I do have one more pair up at the lake house. So that's totally fine. If I remember tonight to go, when I go to the lake house, to take the pair that's there, then I will make it through and I'll be okay. And if I don't, then I reached in and the last thing that I have in there that I can wear is I have this pair of like bike riding bibs. And so I can wear this if I need to for underwear tomorrow if I forget. So let me know if you think that's a good idea or what my other alternatives are if I forget. I did go online last night and there happened to be a 50% off sale at eddiebauer.com. So I did buy 2 additional pairs. So I hope that makes
Mike.
you, I'm trying to solve the problem in the future. So that helps out for future Mike, but not for today. So Shana, how do you feel about that?
I feel like, one, you should go in the laundry room and just do the laundry, or you could borrow from the kids.
Borrow? No, I'm totally out on borrowing underwear.
And
Chad
hopefully you
didn't
don't
tell me
borrow
the
mine.
last time anyone out there borrowed a pair of underwear. Shana, what was the last underwear you borrowed?
I've never, I don't
Okay,
recall
so
ever
you know
doing.
that's a weird thing. Sometimes in life, people give suggestions, and then when you ask that question back, it doesn't sound so good all of a sudden. It's really weird. So with advice, right? That's often something that I talk about all the time. With advice, I don't like to tell you what you should do. I tell you what I've done in that same situation. So maybe that's something that Shana does routinely. So if anyone out there has lent underwear to Shana and she's borrowed your underwear, just let us know. Chat that one in. No? No one yet? Okay, no one's. Okay.
Do the laundry.
Do the laundry.
Just do it.
Just.
I think this is
All
the
right.
longest
Well,
I've ever
let's
been
go
away
on
from
to-
home, though.
Without Shana, let's please get off this topic. Let's move on to topic number 1, please. Omkar, hit it. All right. So the question is, where in the world is Shana?
Yeah. So I have spent a lot of time in Bozeman, Montana. And now I have left Bozeman and I drove yesterday 7.5 hours to Boise, Idaho to see my brother. I have never been to see my brother. And he's lived here for a very long time. I did come to Idaho when I was a kid, and we were talking about it last night. I think I was 8. So this was kind of a surprise, and things just fell into place that enabled me to be able to have this opportunity. So I'm super thankful. It's really, really pretty here. So yeah, I come home tomorrow. It's been the longest I've ever been away from home and the longest we've ever been apart, Mike. So it's been interesting.
The longest you've been away from home? Well, I mean, we've been on trips longer than this.
I mean, together, like separated from one another. It's the longest.
I know, and we've been married I think we're up to like 78 years is how long we've been married.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a long time, and you've been, so Shana's been away. I hope you're dealing with everything just fine. Are you having any similar problems that I'm having, like with my underwear? Are you running into anything?
No.
No, so you're totally capable of taking care of yourself, unlike I am.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So you are in Boise, Idaho, right?
I'm in Boise, left Bozeman, and just making my way across the north.
You just go from super hot real estate market to super hot real estate market. Tell us a little bit about maybe the Bozeman market first.
Okay. I feel like we're learning a lot about Bozeman. It really takes a lot. I felt like I started over brand new. So it's kind of been humbling and great to experience that, kind of going back and remembering all the challenges that it is when you start over. So Bozeman is known as Bose Angeles. Okay. So it's been a huge boom in that area of growth. It's been one of the fastest growing cities in the country. And it is the cutest little town with cute little shops. And I mean, there's not many places that I would say I would move my family. I mean, we travel a lot. So we've seen a lot of different cities and been around, but this area, I have fell in love with it. It's so nice. But yes, they are calling it Bose Angeles, which I thought it was kind of funny, but the market here is on fire. So we are looking for 2 different type of properties right now. We're looking for residential homes and we're looking for ranches. So learning about the whole farm and ranch aspect of real estate has been very interesting for me. But on the real estate market, we are really struggling to find anything to rent, anything to purchase. And so when we look in the MLS, and you can search differently, but we search only properties that are active. And in the whole residential market of Bozeman, 9 properties came up. 9. No price, we didn't put in a price point, just active residential properties, and there were 9. So that tells you how competitive the market is. The photos, I can't believe it. I think everyone takes a photo from their phone. I don't see any professional photography done except if you have a ranch. So I found that to be interesting. And the homes, when you go to view them, are all cluttered. And I don't know, that to me, how you represent your property or yourself as a realtor with your photography says a lot. And when you talk to different people around town about, real estate, they do have a perception of what real estate is, and it's totally different from where we are. You have to have most of the agents attend the showings, no matter what price point. And you must schedule the appointment at least 24 hours, sometimes up to 3 days in advance to see the home, which is crazy. So it's not driving around, call up, showing time, and schedule an appointment. They want to know who you are, where you came from, all these things about
Where you came from? What does that even mean?
Oh, yeah. Yes. They all know each other. So in the whole state of Montana, there are only 1,900 realtors. So, going through MLS, you see the listing agents that, there's just a handful of them that list. So they all know one another, and some of them are receptive to having a new person in town, and some of them aren't. So you have to be very careful, and it's starting over with developing those relationships. And I see how important that truly is, because it matters. It matters to these guys that you don't come in here and you're going to come in their area and change things or take over. And, so developing that relationship is key. And we've started to do that. And, it's taken a little bit to get into certain realtors, but, it's just a process. So it's been really interesting. And so Bozeman,
they're not
the population.
To outsiders, huh?
Not really, no.
No.
Okay. They like their little town. I think the perception is that somebody's going to come in and they're going to develop something that they don't like, that changes their city. And it is happening. There's a lot of modern architecture coming in, apartments and condos and things like that. And I don't think that that's well perceived. They don't like that. They want to keep things kind of, as they were, which that's why I love it. I would never want to come in and change what's currently there, because it's a very charming city. This time I was able to explore some areas that I didn't explore before. So they have a college there. Was able to explore the south end of Bozeman, and then go on the outskirts. So there was some forest fires, I think, Mike, the first time we came.
Right.
And we were able to drive back in there looking at some ranches, and it was incredible, all of the fires and how it just swept through, a whole area, but there would be 2 homes that were not touched. Everything around it, within 20 feet up to the house, was burnt except for the house. So I found that really fascinating. I don't know how they were able to do that. But it's
when we were there, people said that they had irrigation around the homes, and so they were able to to wet stuff down, and then they had enough distance between their home and where the forest fire would be. So if they cut down the trees around them and kind of created a moat situation with space, then the fire wouldn't spread into their home. But, you just had to be well prepared.
Yes. And
so they probably had
I guess if you
around, maybe not pink.
I bet they did. I bet they did. So it was interesting, this trip. So I looked at our client who's moved here has an office space, and of course he got the coolest office space in Bozeman. It's just a building on Main Street, and his is on the top floor, and you can walk out of his office and he has a balcony, and you can overlook the Main Street, and it's super cool. So we're able to explore, some of that, some commercial buildings. And I don't know. I really like it.
Commercial.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Are you becoming commercial, Shana?
I don't know. We're looking for commercial properties, and I did find a dilapidated auto. It was like an O'Reilly Automotive, but like a local. And they're doing a lot of road construction here to expand the roads because of the traffic. And this poor business looks like it just couldn't survive in the maybe COVID and then with the construction. So it is shut down. So it's not for sale, but we were able to kind of look, do some digging and asking around. I did that yesterday, and we were able to find a little bit about it. So we're working on a possible, purchase there to get that and take that off those guys' hands and make something happen there. So you have to be very creative in this market.
It doesn't have lifts in it, does it?
There is no,
No lifts.
it doesn't.
Okay.
No.
Is Hannah Montana still there with you?
No, Hannah Montana left yesterday.
Okay.
But in just going around, we took a day and we searched homes all day, actually 2 days. And then we went around to try to, go into all these little shops. We had to do some shopping. So we went into some of these local shops to get to know, the locals and things like that. And it's funny that we met a couple of people that, could be potential clients. So, just talking to people and being nice. And I think that could transition into your next topic, Mike, how to be a good agent, but just listening to what the needs are. And, this one particular person that Hannah and I met, he immediately asked if we were with a certain real estate company. And we said, no. Hannah's like, no, they have a local, an independent brokerage. And he was like, oh, okay. Cause they're the big one. And, I don't know. He didn't seem too, impressed, I guess, with that. So,
people like local, so he liked the independent concept, not the big name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really good.
So it was interesting. Yeah, it's been good.
I'm trying to buy local as well. And just the other day, I had an opportunity. So the Jeep windshield is cracked, and I wanted to get that fixed for you before you came home. I thought that would be nice. So it's got like this big crack in it, and it's a common problem that kind of happens with Jeeps. And I had opportunities to go different places, so I checked with our insurance, and they cover it, but the deductible is so high that it actually doesn't make sense, so they don't effectively cover it. So then I went out and was looking for windshields, and I guess I wanted to get your opinion on this one. They have Safelite will come out and replace it, and they have the standard Jeep windshield, but it costs $200 more, and it has that like little Jeep logo in the corner, and it was kind of cool, but not really necessary. And the other one, the same exact windshield, is $200 less from Safelite. And when I called up Christy Broad, our insurance agent for the vehicles, they informed me that there's a local option. So I called the local option, and I'm going to go with the local one to have that repaired, I believe, tomorrow before you come home for you, sweetheart.
Good. Why don't you check on when your rental car gets a big hole in or gets a rock that hits the windshield.
I'll
tell you about that later.
The windshield
it's all good.
In your rental car.
Yeah, but I worked it out. We'll talk about that later.
That's a problem for future Mike and Shana. Okay. Well, so it goes. We always decline the insurance for sure, so I don't know exactly how that works, sweetheart. So we're running close on time.
I'll let you know.
We're just about done on time here, Shana.
Okay.
Could you tell me one more thing, sweetheart, please, about that local market that you're talking about in Bozeman, and then tomorrow we'll be able to talk a little bit more about Boise. The MLS there, you said there's a lot of similarities, so kind of talk about that.
There is a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of differences.
Well, with the software
the MLS,
and the associations and the things too, that was unique,
yes.
Right?
So they have their MLS kind of split. So when you join, so for example, you join the association, that doesn't get you MLS. So you then have to also join MLS, but you can't join MLS unless you're a member of the association. It's very expensive, I'll just tell you. So when you join the association, that gives you access to your forms, so your zip forms. And then your MLS gives you access to the MLS. So it is required that if you want one or the other, you have to, you have to pay for two separate entities.
I was most specifically asking about the software, like they use Matrix and some other things that you guys use here.
So
right?
yes, CoreLogic and Matrix is what they use. They also use Showing Time, but no one uses Showing Time. If you use Showing Time here, they know you're a newbie.
Really?
So
who
yeah.
schedules it then?
You have to call the agent directly
Oh my word.
and then wait for them to call you back.
Huh.
And,
Yeah.
they also have, because there's a lot of rural areas here, they also have a hunting app that is a part of when you join the association, they give you access to this map, this like hunting app, which if you're out of cell service, you're able to look at this hunting app and figure out where you are. So it's very cool.
Wow.
And
So
I
that's
thought that
like
was
GPS
interesting.
based item, right?
Yeah, it's a GPS based, and it kind of tells you based on, these rural areas where you are. So I thought that was cool.
All right. Well, Shana, we covered a lot of different items about Bozeman, and I look forward to seeing you. You'll be on TNT tomorrow again, is that right?
Yes, and I believe I'm going to have Beth, my niece, who is a realtor here in Bozeman. She really has. It's been impressive since she started and how she kind of progressed in real estate. So I'm very proud of her, and I would love for her to spend a couple of minutes and tell you about this area. And in doing this, you guys, I feel like, for me, going into a different market and kind of starting over from day one, it's humbling, and it puts a lot of things into perspective. And I think this will help me come back to my home market and be even better, right? It opens your eyes to a lot of things that, just become kind of habit. So I'm excited. I think it's been really good.
Well, I'm excited as well. And here's to
I know, I can't wait to
underwear
see you.
and to seeing you soon, Sean.
I'm not coming home to do laundry.
No, okay. Uh-oh. So like Saturday I'm going to have a problem, you're saying?
I think Friday. Sounds like you have one now.
No, I just need to remember to go up to the lake house and get that extra pair of underwear I have there that's clean. And then after that, I'm out. So tomorrow's my last day with underwear. Under
My
the
flight
best
doesn't
case
get
scenario.
canceled.
Well, until I see you next time, sweetheart, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Baby, this and clean, young and sweet, with the disco ball above us, shooting light into the galaxy. For